the Educ8tions website. During this session, our main points from our website: how to log in to the areas that are processes and principles of work, and understand how to use our online shop. So I'm going to take you to my desktop, so the screen might go fuzzy for a second. Okay, so in Google type www.educ8tions.co.uk. Starting off with some of the features of the website. At the top you can see we have it's useful for people and all of our learners to like this, as it captures some data, and when we do promotions we can obviously contact our learners about any new offers we have. Equally, we have our Twitter page. Now, as tutors or learners, it would be useful to do tweets around the company, and that might be things around new policies, procedures, practices, funding, etc. Then what we have at very simple bar for a home page, about us page, the qualifications we have, how to contact us, how to check out, and then the accreditations we have. So just to show you the home page as we scroll down, here we have learner information. So if we click on that, if you're a learner watching, on there that we have our meeting date set, and on there there'll be a link for you to click on for that meeting for the 30th of April. And here there's a link for you to click on for the meeting for the 30th of August. The reason we have those meetings is so that you as the learner can have your voice about how your training provider is working, and whether or not the resources we have are appropriate to your needs. During the meeting, we will talk about the following points. So we will talk about safeguarding sustainability, and that means looking at the company and to ensure that it's sustainable, and what we're doing is obviously cost effective and there's a future. We'll be looking at health and safety, E&D, our self-assessment review. Now, we do an annual self-assessment, and it's important we receive the feedback from the learners to contribute towards our process. Our quality, now from that, it's where we take all the feedback and then try and make change for the better. We'll talk about the teaching and learning, so how that's going, whether you feel involved, and whether it's meeting your needs, and any policies that need to be reviewed. Down here we have a survey that's useful for you to take. Again, it provides us with important feedback on our performance, on how we're. If you don't want to do the online survey and you want to do a paper version, there's a form there for you to do that. And equally here, the complaints form if we're getting it completely wrong. Here it takes you to your learner support videos, and this is where you will see the same videos like this on how to. So any of the videos that we've created are there. So that's the learner support site. Then we have employers information. So if we click on employer information, it's exactly the same as the learner. The difference is, as the employer, you can obviously get involved with our meetings, and we do them after the learner meetings, so we can take the feedback from the learner and obviously pass that on to the employer. Again, a survey there for you to take, feedback forms and complaint forms. And again, as the employer, you also have how-to videos. So again, if you need support as the employer to help your members of staff, there's some how-to videos there. And because we want our employers to be actively engaged and be able to provide expert witness testimonies for us, we have some videos on how to develop a plan, how to collect evidence, how to give a judgment, how to give, finally, how to be an expert witness and the involvement within that process. Staff information. If you work for Educ8tions, then obviously these are, again, you can see it's after the learner and the employer ones, because for us we want to be able to feed back to the staff on comments from learners and employers. Again, here is our agenda, as its agenda, and there are our surveys, feedbacks and complaint forms. And again, for staff, here are your support videos. Now this is going to be locked, so as a member of, if you're not a member of staff, you'll need the password. But here you can see we have things about the journeys and how-to videos, and obviously other information there for you. The other thing that we have here will be training videos for your annual CPD, just to ensure you're still sector competent within the areas that you're assessing. Link to our online portfolio. So if you click there, it takes you to our online, and all you do is go to login and use your username and password. Down here is a guide for the apprenticeships, and there it looks at the benefits of doing an apprenticeship. It's useful to have a read about the apprenticeships and how they're delivered. The button takes you to the Institute for Learning. It's something that all our staff are members of, and it's something we're very passionate about as a training provider. Teachers in education should be qualified, as there is so much bad practice going on in the industry. We believe the only way to streamline that bad practice is by maintaining professional standards and ensuring that we're striving for the best we can possibly be within our industry. The DBS and CRB checks, if you want to check somebody's DBS number, and you're entitled to, you can click on that, and down here, employers check button. So if you're not sure about a member of staff who is coming to you and you want to check their DBS to make sure that they're safe to be around your vulnerable adults or vulnerable children, click on there and go to the employers check. Wouldn't you know, it's under maintenance, but obviously when you click on there, it does take you to a page where you can key in the number, which is on the back of the members of staff ID card. Then we have policies, procedures, handbooks. Now, to enter these, you'll need our password. But just to show you what's in there, these are all our policies and all our procedures on running our centre. So you can see that there's a lot of policies there. Now, all the staff in their induction would have read those and reviewed those. Again, with procedures, you'll need the password, and just to show you what the procedures look like, it'll help if I get the right password. So again, there's some more procedures there for us that we work to. Moving on from the procedures, we have our handbooks. So there are handbooks on how we, you're an expert witness, you'll need to read the assessor's handbook. Forms, so if you are going to assess for us, you'll need access to all of our forms. Now, the forms that are there are the forms that have been approved and gone through quality assurance. You need to save forms to your desktop or hard drive. We don't want them saved to a memory stick, because if we update the form due to the fact of a review process, or we may have found an error in the form and we change it, you may have the wrong form on your system. So please do not save forms anywhere. Policy is an important policy, and one to ensure that staff, employers, and so there. If you open that up, it takes you to our safeguarding policy. Now, if you haven't got Word and you need it in another version, for example, PDF, then all you have to do is contact us and we'll email you that in PDF. Now, it's saved in Office 2013, which means it has a conversion link to it, so it should open up in all versions of. Again, on our MVQ support site, under IT support, there'll be a link there to download Word Player. So even if you haven't got the up-to-date Word, you can download a free version just to read documents. Same for the equality policy and same for our health and safety policy. Now, we take safeguarding equality and health and safety incredibly seriously. It's something we will talk about on every review. It's something we'll do on the induction, and it's something we talk about in all our meetings. The support website will take you to our NVQ support website, which is something we're all incredibly proud of for the amount of work that's gone in there. Now, that alone is a training session you'll need to all to undertake, and the video is available online. This is the resource website for learners, and again, in there it has everything you need to be able to undertake or your award, be it that you're a learner, an assessor, or an employer. Anything you need is available there. Moving down, we have our prospectus. So if you're looking for further progression, when you're coming to the end of your qualification, you might have enjoyed, well, we hope you've enjoyed your journey and that you want to continue on your path of learning, and there are courses related to what you've just done. And equally, the assessor will, in your last session, do a advice and guidance session on about your next steps. Our refund policy is for any learner or obviously employer who has paid for the course privately. Payment information talks about the different ways that you can pay for your course, be that through any of the funding options that we have available through to payment plans to be able to pay for your qualification. Our customer service policy is something that we have available. As learners and employers, it's important you will read that just to understand the level of service you should have, and if you don't receive that service, to then be able to make the complaints directly to our head office to ensure that our assessors are doing what they're meant to be doing. Unfortunately, we only seem to know something that's going wrong once it's gone wrong, and we obviously don't want that to be the case. So if you have an appointment and it's missed, then by all means, please do contact us. If you have an assessor who you've been trying to get hold of for more than 24 hours, then by all means, ring your quality assurance manager and they'll be able to get hold of the assessor for you. What we don't want is for you to receive poor customer service, because you obviously, as the learner or the employer, are the most important people in our business, because without you we don't have a business. Equally, we respect our internal and external customers the same. So if you're an internal customer, you're just as important to us as an external customer, and that's identified within our policies and strategies. Moving down is our mission statement, and again, this is something we're very passionate about. It's the reason we're here and the reason we're doing what we're doing. Not only because between us we have over 20 years industry experience and sector competence industry, and we've seen the level of support that centres provide. And for us, we've seen the frustration when it goes wrong for learners, where we've done some support projects. For us, we have our missions and our aims and values, and it's something, hopefully, it's why we do what we do, and it underpins the behaviour of every single member of staff of Educ8tions. So do have a read of that. Our values are quite important to us, and for us, you'll see that when you read that policy. Our college login page. Now, this is for our due diligence process, and what that means is it's the process that we have to go to be able to for your courses if you're on a funded program. And if we click in there, we can show you the kind of documents that we have to produce. So in here you can see we have our targets, our meetings, our quality improvement plans, our self-assessment reports, disaster recovery plans, contingency plans, flow charts, schemes of work. So when we with a college, it's important that we meet their high standards, and this is the process that we go through. Equally, they have access to all of our policies, procedures, handbooks, forms, and staff records. They also have access to all the training things that we. Right, home page. Nearly there. And finally is our accreditation pages. Accreditation will display it here. We're proud of our standards and where we've come from, and you can see there the fact that we are registered with the ICO for the Information Commissioner's Office. That means that we work to a rigorous standard of data protection and will ensure that we do not pass your details on to any third party unless without your prior knowledge. Here is our approvals with our awarding bodies. That will grow over the next months. Here is about our company's house. This is about us being a member of the UK Learning Providers. This is our Learner Record Services to ensure that we update the government there. Here are our accreditations and benchmarks for quality management systems. Here we've got our insurance details, and finally we have our investors in people and matrix which is on there that we're working towards, and we hope by Easter in 2014 that we will have those, and when you click on that page you'll see those, and it's something again that we're working towards to achieve. So that's just a very brief overview of our policies and procedures here. Obviously down at the bottom you have our postal address, our phone numbers, contact information, and our registration numbers. Down here takes you to the qualifications that we have available. So if it'll take you to our business page. Now what we have here is our two things. First of all, if you want to buy the course privately, you can just add it to the cart by clicking on it. So if we click on there, that'll add it to the cart. Now you'll notice nothing's happened because it adds it to the cart, which is up in checkout. And you'll see it there, one item, ERR, and then you just check out and pay for that award. And again, like we've said, there's many different ways of paying. So if you want to pay by an instalment plan, all you have to do is ring us up and the instalment plan will be arranged for you. So going back to the qualifications, so I think it was in business admin. So what we have here is then the detailed information about every course. Now what it'll do, it'll take us to the awarding body website, and here you'll see ERR. Now this price here is the deposit price that if you're paying for the course that we'll need from you to secure your qualification. So that's your deposit price there. What we have is the qualification accreditation number, the level, and the credit values, and how many hours roughly it's going to take for you to do. Further down we have the qualification spec, the unit book, evidence sheets, funding information, the fact sheets and then a link to the register. So you can see there it gives you all the information and awarding body rights regarding that. So when you click on there, it takes you to the awarding body. So you know who the awarding body is. So that's what happens down there. Finally, so that's the qualifications. To contact us, you can see there you've got a contact on there. The live messaging, we're still in the process of just sorting that out. We have our mailing list, so if you want us to email you at any updates, you could join the mailing list. And finally, there's our website and phone numbers there. Now, the last part, and About Us, takes you to a team. So here you can see the layout of our staff, and when you click on that, it will open up a biography about each member of staff and their roles within the company. So again, if you have a member of staff who comes to you with their ID card, you can click on this page, head the names, and again, you can check out their IFL numbers, which will be their biographies, to ensure that they are one of our team members. So it's just a little overview about our Educ8tions website. Hopefully you like the way we've laid it out. We've kept it nice and simple in the look and design. And again, just to remind you that most of the learning that takes place will be through the NVQ Support website, which is this one here. And again, it's important to just reinforce there is an induction video on that web so you understand how to navigate around it. Now, the induction around that website that you have from the assessor, which will usually be done over the phone, induction for your qualification. It is an induction on how to use it and how to get started. Because without getting started, obviously your assessor hasn't got anything to see when they come out to see you. So it is important that when you do start, you obviously contact your assessor, or your assessor will contact you briefly. They'll need about an hour of your time to show you everything and obviously give you your first assessment plan to start you on your awards. So just to summarize, at the end of this meeting was to have a look at our Educ8tions website. So hopefully you feel that that overview is enough for you to understand the main points of the website. To understand how to log in, again, if you are a user that requires the login details, you'll obviously be provided those by our administration team. So again, you'll only get those when you'll need them. And finally, understand how to use our shop. Now, obviously, the shop site there, you just simply click on the item that you want and then go to the checkout page. And remember to read our payment options, because there's many different ways to pay for your course. So hopefully that was useful. And finally, if there's anything else that you want to know about the website, please feel free to email me at stephen@educ8tions.co.uk, or you can download the user guide from our More page under our NVQ Support website. I'd like to thank you for watching your NVQ Support videos, and remember there's a whole range of other tools and using our resources. Thanks for watching.